I'm Barney Sentner. Every year we have University of Dayton women's basketball coach Shauna Green join us at Archer's Tavern for a season preview. Of course, things are different this year, so in a moment we'll get to my virtual interview with Coach Green. But she is the reigning A10 Women's Coach of the Year for the regular season and tournament that the team won. UD went 15-1 in the conference, 25-8 overall last season. They do have 7-letter winners back, 4 of the top 6 scores. Coach Green, in 4 years, 87 wins, 39 defeats. She has 3 A10 regular season titles and 2 tournament titles to her resume. So without any further ado, let's get to the interview with University of Dayton women's basketball coach Shauna Green. My name is Barney Sentner. I'll be entering, hopefully get to do the women's home games for the University of Dayton this year and be my 17th year if all goes well. So normally we have UD women's basketball coach Shauna Green join us at Archer's Tavern, but of course things are different as we well know. So we're doing a virtual interview with the coach. I'm at Archer's Tavern and she is at home. And we look forward to our next 20 minutes or so with the coach. Thank you for joining us again. I appreciate it.
Thanks,
Let
Barney.
me start out by asking you, do we know anything about when games might start or who we might be playing? Do we know anything yet? Because we could be, if we're looking at November 25th, we're talking as we tape this on November the 4th, we are looking at about 2 weeks away.
Yeah, well, our first game will be November 25th. With everything going on and there's still some contracts still out there that aren't even signed yet. And really, to tell you the truth, contracts this year don't mean anything. So games, could be canceling time depending on, the health and the situations that, both teams are in. But we will be starting on the 25th, and we're going to have 7 non-conference games, and then we'll be right into conference play.
And
hopefully
we don't know.
Hopefully that schedule will be released soon. We're just waiting on a couple to confirm.
Are they going to be, I'm not trying to pry here, are they going to be like close to home, like in Ohio? Is that the goal?
We tried as much as possible. We will only have 1 flight in the non-conference. The other couple games that were on the road will be bus rides, and then the other games will be at home.
Okay. All right. So thank you for that information. And I do want to stress that I want to talk about your new players. I mean, we'll get into the players returning if we have some time, and I don't want to skirt them, but I do want to talk primarily about the new players because you have a lot of them. But in terms of practice, what have you been emphasizing? What's been the biggest emphasis? And I might put something out there for you. Would it be trying to have consistency? As we know, last year, you'd have a great 20-point quarter and then maybe you follow up with 4. So it was kind of like up and down. But what are you trying to strive for, the biggest thing this year?
I think you said it, consistency, but that's something we try to strive for every year and every day and every practice. I thought last year the consistency was just on, the defense I thought was consistent. It was just a lot of the offense. Like you said, we'd go on, a dry spell offensively. So hopefully we can be better with that and be a little bit more fluid offensively. But that's really just been, every day we're just trying to take steps to be better. And you're right, we have a lot of new people. So that's a whole nother dynamic. We're a very unique team this year. And I know you'll get into specific players, but we're very old because we have, 3 seniors that are 5th-year seniors and veterans and know exactly what we need. And then we're very young. There's not a lot of in between. So, we're trying to get our defense, philosophy and principles in and really be strong defensively because that's always at our core. And then working, obviously, our transition and our half-court offense to be a little bit more productive, especially losing, a player like Jayla that could score when we needed her to score. She was someone that could get a bucket if you needed a bucket.
So before we get into that, there was a personnel change within your program, though I do want to talk about that first of all. Maya Solomon, your new Director of Basketball Operations, what does she bring to the program and what are her specific duties?
I tell her the last couple of weeks, I'm like, you poor thing, your first job of operations and it's during a pandemic. So it's been an interesting, first month or so for But she's young, she's energized. She understands, the game from playing it and then from being a GA the last couple seasons. Obviously, she comes from a basketball family with her dad coaching her whole life. And I just love her energy. I love her passion for it, her organization. She's been really, really a bright addition to our staff. Like I said, it's only been a short time, but really happy with her. And I think she's going to bring a lot to us.
I guess if she's in charge of the travel arrangements, that will be quite a challenge because that could change by the minute.
Yes, and that's what I think that comment came up when we were talking about travel. I said, to have your first year as ops during, COVID, you're going to have some trying times, but she's been great about it, and she's been right on. So we'll get through it one day at a time is what we're preaching in the program, because there's so much uncertainty, so much changes literally daily. You can't worry too much about the future, and you just got to lock in on the moment.
Okay, so let's start talking about your players. First of all, you're zoomed out. I understand you've talked about that earlier. What were the challenges of recruiting the young lady? And Ross Baginski gave me the pronouncer here, so I know French. So let's see how I do here. She's 6'5", Tinen Mugesa. How'd I do?
It's Tenon.
Tenon, okay.
We call her T, so that makes it a lot easier.
Okay.
That's what, and we had recruited her all season, all year long. And then she was supposed to come over on official visit. And obviously with COVID, that was not able to happen. And her coach and her mentor over there actually had a really strong relationship and is good friends with Ricardo on the men's side for us. So, he had a trust in what Ricardo was telling him. And we had built, the relationship with them. And she decided to commit without even coming over on a visit. So, and she's good. She could be a special player. She's obviously big. She has great size, but just a superb athlete. Hands are incredible. She catches everything, and she's still so young. She doesn't even know right now how good she can really be, and has just progressed so much in a short time, basketball-wise, and also just culturally, her English, everything, it has come a long ways since she's gotten here. She got here in August. So really has only been here a couple months. So I'm super excited about T. And I think she could, we just got to keep everyone healthy, keep her healthy, and she could have an unbelievable career here at Dayton.
Where do you think she is ahead right now, on the defensive end or the offensive end?
That's a good question, Barney. She's pretty similar in both. She can score the ball. She can score it. And it is, let me tell you, it's hard to stop her when she gets you buried and she gets those two hands up and she gets that ball deep. She has nice hook shots. She's just so big, and she has very good touch around the rim. So she can score it right now already. And usually you don't see that from big kids this early in their career, their ability to score. And then defensively, she's just learning really, our expectations. But she's a shot blocker, and she wants to try to block shots where, I'm trying sometimes to get her not to come down because I don't want her to get in foul trouble. So just trying to learn. I think some of that will come from experience and some game reps.
A lot of people, including myself, see where she's coming from, that she's a post player, and they'll say, okay, how similar is she to, where this is going, Jody Cornelis Sigmundaba?
They're different. They're completely different, actually. Just in terms of T's more of a true post, where Jody was, Jody's game. She was more finesse. T likes to bang a little bit more. Jody could stretch out and hit the three. Now, T does have pretty good range, but I don't think, she may get to where Jody was, but not as fluid from three as Jody was.
Okay, so let's talk about some other freshmen who have joined the program. I'll take them one at a time, and you can give us your thumbnail sketches on these young ladies. Let's start from West Virginia, 5'7" Bailey Adkins. Yeah,
Bailey, unfortunately, suffered an injury early on, so she will be out this season. And she's already had her surgery, and she's in a good place right now on a road to recovery. So we'll have her next year.
Okay.
Her and Anna will both be out next year,
Okay.
or sorry, this year.
All right.
So I'll jump to
Yes.
Anna and just tell you they're both going to be out.
Thank you. Otherwise, I would have not had a very good response going with that one. Hopefully, we do better here. Let's go with Capria Brown, 5'9", coming from Illinois.
Yep. Yeah, Capri is another player. I get excited about what they can be, but they're still freshmen right now. So she has showed, and we've had, throughout practices, she's just continuing every day to improve and to get it a little bit more. And a lot of the change, I think, is just the structure of college basketball, the structure of defense, the structure of our offense. A lot of freshmen, they're just used to, her, Makaira, they were great players in high school, and they just played a lot. It wasn't like, you got to do, the details aren't always there. So we're trying to just hone in on that and get them to play, the way we wanted to play within our system, both offensively and defensively. But Capri has the ability to score the ball at all three levels. Just very, very springy, very good offensive rebounder, just has a knack for finding the ball. And she's another one. She could be a special player, but it's gonna take some time for these freshmen. It just always does. I don't care how good of a player you are. It's going to take some game experience. But I'm expecting her and I'm expecting Makaira to both help us, and T to both help us this year and play minutes.
I was going to ask you about Makaira. She, of course, comes from a local program, which tremendous program, Cincinnati Notre Dame. A lot of people who followed Fairmont last year and Maddie Westbeld are familiar with how they were in the same bracket with Cincinnati Notre Dame. So where does Makaira have her biggest potential for you?
Makaira is a point guard, but what I love is Makaira is a point guard that can score the ball. And I think even with AB's learning how to score. Shaq could score some, but I put Makaira on the level of like a Jenna Burdett in terms of looking to score, first, and also the ability to break people down and get shots, open shots for her teammates. So that's what I really like about her. And then I also really like is her intensity defensively. Losing Shaq as one of our better on-ball defenders, Makaira has that ability. So she can hit the three, she can get to the rim. She's very athletic, quick. And I really like having point guards that can score the ball. And she's going to be one of those players. If she has an open shot, she's not going to hesitate to shoot that thing. So she's an offense-minded player and comes obviously from a very good program with a very good coach. And she knows how to win. Bottom line, she's used to winning. And again, she's getting better every single day, getting more comfortable, knowing the plays. As a point guard, it's a little bit different as a freshman. You have so much to learn. Yet you need to know where you need to be, but then you need to be able to direct all four other people on the floor. So really happy with all the freshmen's progress. And again, we're gonna need them. We're gonna rely on them this year.
So let's talk about players who were out last year, who were injured, that we'll get an update now. Hopefully they are fine this year. Let's start with the local product, Destiny Bohannon from Wayne.
Yeah, Destiny's looking great right now. Looking strong, back, 100%. She'll have some pain here or there, but that's just from, getting back. But Destiny can play one through three for us. She's really improved her 3-point shot, which is good because we need some more shooters out there. And just a high IQ player, understands the game, plays at she played kind of like a Jenna Burdett, and Jenna wasn't overly explosive or, quick, but she just played at a pace and she just got stuff done. And Destiny kind of reminds me of that. And again, a great passer, great IQ. And the thing that she's going to be able to really help us with is her ability to defend and being a bigger wing. Again, we lose a Jayla. Jayla ended up being a pretty darn good defender where we would put her on some of the better players that we would play. Destiny is, 5'10", 5'11", strong build. She can go in there and she will take that responsibility of guarding some other team's best players.
Let's talk about Najee Tyler from Philadelphia.
G is another one. She's been a little bit slower getting back, but she's healthy. She's making improvements. She showed some good glimpses throughout the preseason and throughout our practices so far of what she's capable of. So with big kids, usually the growth takes a little bit longer, and the progression, especially someone like G, she's coming off, a couple of injuries from high school and then last year. So we just need to keep her healthy, and we need to keep her healthy. She just needs to get experience. But someone super long, shot blocker, just a really good presence in the paint. We're going to be really big down there when you look at, G and Mariah, and then you got T in there. We're pretty big, probably bigger than we've been in a few years.
Let's talk about Perry, of course, Pickerington Central,
Yep.
same high school as Kyla Whitehead. If we have time, we'll talk about Kyla and how she can build off the tournament last year, but a little bit about Perry.
Yeah, Malia is another big wing, 6 foot wing that can score and can really shoot the three. And that's what she's going to bring to us. She's learning what we need from her defensively, because she technically is like a freshman. She was only here. She transferred last year from Auburn at semester. So, she's gonna have to play. She's gonna, we need her to come in to knock down shots, to be solid defensively. And with her length and with her size and her ability to knock down open shots, she can really, she could really help us this year.
So now we're going to talk about, we have a little time, so I do want to talk a little about the returnees. What's the status of Amari in 2 games last year?
Yeah, Amari is healthy right now. She's, she had her surgeries last year and is recovered. So every day she just gets a little bit stronger. She still has a little bit of pain some days she feels really good. So, we're just hoping that she can be 100% and be healthy, because she has showed some glimpses, even her freshman year, against LaSalle, she had a pretty good game, and she just needs to stay healthy. And so that's what we're hoping right now is that she can be able to help us this year, and get some minutes, because she knows what needs to be done. She's been in the program, even though she hasn't played a lot. She's been in the program, and someone that I know I can trust. It's just with her, it's just stay healthy. With everyone, we need to stay healthy. But someone like that's been through a couple injuries, for them, you want them to be healthy and be able to participate.
And I teased it, but Kyla Whitehead coming off the A10 tournament. I mean, you'd love to see that every game, but and she'll be all A10 if that's the case. But how about Kyla building on the tournament from last year?
And I truly believe I see Kyla every day practice, and she has gotten so much better. How she played in that tournament is how she's practicing every day. I know she has the ability to be an all conference A10 player. There's no doubt about it. It's just, again, the consistency. This year in practice so far, she's scoring at a much more consistent rate. She's hitting outside shots. She's being aggressive and scoring down low. And then defensively, literally, she could guard 1 through 5 for us. She's the one that makes us go, just with her tenacity, her leadership, her passion for the game. And I'm telling you, I hope that what I see every day in practice carries over to games, because she's put a lot of work in. She's gotten better.
And talking about running the show and making them go, A.B. Bradshaw, A10 all defensive from last year. What do you see for her coming up?
She's one that really during this summer, again, she put a lot of work in when she was at home in Boston, and just mentally and from a leadership perspective, she just is really ready to go. She knows exactly what I want from her and what I want from the team. And she has just really matured and blossomed into one of the best, leaders we've ever had here. I can trust her, with everything with this program. And she just really, really wants to go out this last year, on a great season. So she's scoring more. She's looking to score more. She knows she needs to score more for us. And she's, worked on her mid-range, worked on her 3-point shooting. So, and we all know she can defend. So she's going to lead this team. She's going to be out on that floor a lot. and we really need her. And I would love nothing more personally to see her have, a great senior year. But we're going to need her to score a little bit more than she has the past couple of years.
And let's talk now about Erin Whalen, second team all-conference last year. I know it's probably more important than from you or her, but I'm looking forward to preseason teams coming out. And I have 7 athletes on a first team, and I hope Erin is one of them. At least from my standpoint, she sure is. She sure deserves it.
Yeah, she definitely, no doubt about it, she's one of the best players in this conference. If you would see her shoot the ball in practice, you're just like, I mean, it's just beautiful. Like her shots, it's perfect. And, sometimes what Erin's worked on, I think the most this offseason is really from the mental standpoint. She's very hard on herself. If she misses a shot, we're, been working with her. Don't let one missed shot affect your next 5 shots. But you've seen it, right? That Richmond game in the tournament, she hits a couple early, that confidence, and then she's rolling. She misses a couple early. She's been working on that mental side of not letting that affect her, because she's one of the best shooters in the country. And then, she can score off the bounce, and we can post her up. She can do it all at a, 6'1" wing. She plays, 2, 3, 4 for us. So she's another one. You're not going to find a harder worker. You're not going to find a more competitive kid. With all of our seniors, they're just great leaders. They're great workers. They're great teammates. They're great people. And I want them to this year's going to be different. It's going to be different. And I just hope that we can get a full season in, because I want to see these guys be able to compete and hopefully go out, with a really good senior season.
And then I want to talk about Jenna Giacone, talk about playing with pain. I hope maybe she's not going to have to do that quite as much, but 18 minutes a game last year and very impressive, 38% from 3. And I guess what impressed me also about her, I mean, she does so many things. She's very smooth about bringing the ball up court. If need be, you can use her at the guard position.
Yeah, she's great, because she's, like you said, she can play 1 through 4, and she has. So I'm really happy with where Jenna is, another senior that you just want to see go out on top. She's shooting the ball lights out in practice. I mean, she just shooting it so well. And I hope her and Erin both are. I hope that continues. We're going to need it. But I'm getting, to Jenna with, you got to have the mindset this year. You need to score. We need you to score. And she has ability to score. She's so strong. She, when she gets downhill and gets to the rim, she can score, and she can score again at all 3 levels. So her mindset, her role is going to be different this year. She's going to be starting, and she's going to be playing a lot, and we need her to be that scoring mindset and to take more shots, and she's taken in her career.
So finally, as we wrap this up again, we appreciate your time. What is the pace of this team coming this year? I mean, we're of course used to seeing run and gun up and down the court. Or have you even determined that, or does that really even depend on whom the opponent may be?
You know us, Barney. We're going to try to run as much as we possibly can. Now, you get into the A10, everyone's going to try to take that away. Everyone's going to try to slow us down. I mean, Fordham wants the game to be in the 40s. VCU is going to try to the VCU is now saying, at least in their preseason thing, that she wants to play faster. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, we're going to try to, I mean, our motto in our transition, we want to score in 6 seconds or less. And if we don't get that in transition, then we'll get it out, run our offense, and try to get the best shot within the offense. But yeah, we're not slowing down. We do what we do, and hopefully we can play as fast as we possibly can.
Yes, I hope people have been able to see a couple of glimpses of you at practice with the 6 seconds to shoot, and they can listen to you actually talk about coaching the team and holding the exercise bike warm for Erin as you did. How do you like those little Facebook glimpses that people get a chance to see?
I like it. I think that's what it's about, right? Like they want to see that type of stuff. They want to see what practices are like. I think, I like to see that stuff from other teams. I like to see the behind the scenes stuff and what really goes on and how people interact with people. So I think it's great. And we're trying to do as much as we possibly can to get that out to our fans and so they can get a sense and get to know the team a little bit better.
Okay, so we thank the coach. I'm Barney Sentner, and we appreciate the coach's time. And the first game will be on Wednesday, November 25th.